Now. Hold on, something's loading. Let's see what happens. There you go. How about now? Okay, turn it on to make sure it works. Listen to it. Can you hear everything? All right. Let some people join. Can I tell it that you're on? Can I tell how many people are there?
Just one. Yeah, you see me at the top here.
I don't see you at all. No, I don't see that. Let's give people a few minutes. By the way, did I spell couch right? Did I?
I don't know where.
Did you do the title of it?
No, it will when you're done. When it posts.
It's a few seconds behind.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Oh, I see. If and when anybody
Someone else is there.
Someone else joined?
Mm-hmm.
Let's give them another couple minutes. Hey, for everybody that's online right now, just hang tight for a few minutes while we let some people join in. We'll start at about 11:05 for our first episode of Couch Vaccine. Thanks for being here. Hey guys, thanks for hanging tight. We're just waiting for some more people to join, and then we'll get started in a couple of minutes. All right, folks, thanks for waiting. Sorry for the holdup. All right, so the point of this video is, number one, to let you know a lot of us are stuck at home. Unfortunately, I am yet to be stuck at home. I'd like to hear very soon from my job that I will be stuck at home. But I know we're all, in some sense or another, kind of homebound while we're dealing with coronavirus. So I wanted to let you know, one, you are not alone. We are all here for you. We are all here to let you know that you're going to be safe and we're all going to get through this. But also to let you know there are ways to get through this as healthy and as fit as you were before, and potentially more, because now you have a group to work with and a group to let you know what good ideas are. And I hope you'll share those ideas. Become friends with each other if you're not friends already. Give me advice and feedback that you might have. So first and foremost, I'd like to encourage everybody, despite the fact that some people are still not taking it seriously, social distancing is really important. So what does social distancing mean? It doesn't mean just stay away from anybody who looks ill. It means stay away from everyone. So stick in your household unit. Make sure you interact with other people as little as possible. Keep at least 6 feet of distance from anyone else. If you need to go to the supermarket, go to the supermarket. Don't overshop, but don't undershop. Prep for 2 to 4 weeks, and try to get as much healthy food as you can. So before we get started, I wanted to tell you a few of the tips and tricks that Rose and I have used when we've gone food shopping to stay healthy, but to prep for the long haul. Obviously, produce is hard. Try to stick with produce that's going to last for a while. If you have a place that you know has, for example, strawberries that last forever. Rose and I get our strawberries typically from either Trader Joe's or Walmart. Considering the line out the door at Trader Joe's, we didn't hit Trader Joe's, and I don't personally recommend it right now, considering the sheer concentration of people. But we go to Walmart, we grab a big thing of strawberries. They last forever. They're delicious. We went into Target, which, by the way, was completely empty. I guess people don't really see Target as a food store, but they do have, several of them at least, have food inside. We found these pizza doughs made out of cauliflower, and they have all different varieties. So there's vegetable, there's pepperoni, there's all different types of these pizza doughs, and they're incredibly low in calories. So if you need something that's good, that reminds you of going out and being able to access all those restaurants you like, that's a good option. We also recommend going for foods that last a long time, like cauliflower itself, which you can make into all sorts of things, soups. We've been going for a lot of kale, chickpeas, canned beans, things of that nature that you can make into soups and chilies and things like that can last, that can be frozen. So we've had a lot of luck in that regard, and I think we're going to be just as healthy food-wise as we were before. And the nice thing about being stuck at home is that it forces you to cook yourself, and you're more likely to cook healthy food than somebody at a restaurant cooking with butter and grease and what have you just to make it delicious. So that's a good option for us. So step one, we're going to go through a little bit of stretching. The one thing we want to avoid, if at all possible, is going to a hospital unnecessarily. So despite what they may say about stretching, different people have different viewpoints on it. I always stretch before I work out. So however you want to do it is fine. You're welcome to join me and do it my way or do it your own way. So I like to make sure I get my back stretched out really well, my triceps stretched out really well. Also, to give you an idea of what we're going to be dealing with here, and I apologize in advance for what will inevitably be a large number of technical difficulties, the whole concept here is that you're stuck in a small space with limited workout equipment. There's plenty you can do at home, and I know it sounds a little boring, but we're going to get through this together. So make sure you get those triceps and shoulders stretched out really well. Make sure you stretch out your back. I like to do a stretch where I pull my hands down under my butt, and it pulls down my shoulders and my biceps and triceps, pulls out my chest. Okay? We're going to do some leg stuff as well. So make sure you touch your toes. I like to also make sure I get my IT band stretched out. I don't know about you guys, especially if there's any runners involved, but my IT bands are very tight. So a great way to stretch out your IT bands, you take any leg, one leg, put it over the other, and stretch down. That will emphasize the side of your leg and stretch your IT band out. Okay, and switch. All right, just a little to get you warmed up. So let's get your quads stretched out. Also, if you weren't a runner before, this may be a good time to invest in some good running shoes because it's the perfect loner sport. And if you guys want to set up sort of virtual runs in the future, I'm happy to facilitate that. I've been continuing and increasing my runs. Much as my knees are killing me, I'm rolling out nonstop just to make sure my legs stay in as good shape as they can. But I'm getting those runs in because, it's one of the few activities you can just sort of do alone without being incredibly bored, or at least I think so. Some people disagree with me, Rose included. But, that's a great way to go. If anybody has any questions about workouts or running or shoes or anything of that nature, I'm no expert, but I'm happy to tell you what I know. All right. Everybody, let's get started. So, excuse me. We are going to be doing some ab workouts. I don't know about you, but my abs get really tight, so try to get that stretch in. All right. So we're going to start out with some explanations of things you can do in the house. Okay? Now, I think the most difficult thing to do in a house without any equipment whatsoever is bicep workouts. I have a pull-up bar, but I'm not going to sit here and do pull-ups with you. You may not be able to do a pull-up, and even if you can, it's not really a group activity, and I can't do it in the middle of my living room. So one thing I worked out here is that you can do bicep-oriented workouts with the stuff that you have at home. So let me get my equipment here. I know what you're thinking. My state-of-the-art equipment. Got a dining room chair. And my preference, though not everybody has it, is a folding chair. So if you lift up your dining room chair, you're most likely to have something like this. So I'll just start with this. Now, if you lift this up and just start curling with it, you're going to think that's really light. Maybe that's doing nothing for you, or maybe it is. All right? But if that's not enough of a workout for you, go low on it. Go low on it. So you got a lot of weight at the far end. That will make it incredibly more difficult for you to lift. And don't worry, we're going to be doing so many repetitions that even the light weight is going to be a challenge for you. Now, me personally, I prefer the folding chair. It's a little bit heavier and a little bit easier to use because it's flatter. So again, I go nice and low on it. I rest my forearms against the legs so that I have a little leverage on it, and I just use that. Okay? All right, so for biceps, that's what I'm going to use. But again, feel free to use your dining room chair if you only have that, or if you prefer it. All right, so also a key element of these workouts is going to be supersetting. So we're going to be motivating our bodies to burn a lot of calories as quickly as possible. So in between workouts, we're going to do supersets. All right, and everything we do, we're going to try and get as close as possible to 50. If you can't do 50, no problem. Take a breather. Or do something else. Do the superset exercise. So let's start with a chest workout, and the superset is going to be a core workout. The chest workout is going to be regular old-fashioned push-ups. Now, if you can't do a regular push-up, well, let me start here. Push-ups. Hands approximately underneath your shoulders. Legs straight out. I like to spread my legs out about 12 inches. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. It gives me a little extra balance. So make sure your hands are right under your shoulders. Keep your elbows as close as possible to your body as you're coming down, and then push straight up. All right? Now, if you're not comfortable doing that, that's okay. Do it on your knees. This is a typical push-up for people that aren't comfortable with regular push-ups. Put your knees back at about 45-degree angle, right? And just push up this way. Perfectly acceptable. Now, if you really can't do this, lie down, push up, down, let go. As a matter of fact, that's a good workout in and of itself, right? We're going to do that with our burpees later on. Or you can do it altered. You can do down, let go, and up, right? And this is all at your own pace. So let's get the first workout in. After we do the push-ups, we're going to conclude the push-ups in a plank position, okay? So planks work like this. You can do them any way you want. Your elbows and forearms and hands are on the ground. Your feet are back in a push-up position. This is called a plank. Some people like to hold their hands in like this and put their head down. That's all acceptable. The only thing that matters is that you keep your back straight, right? So we're going to try and aim for 50 push-ups. I recognize that's asking a lot. If you can do 10, do 10, right? Figure out